trustees and platform guests, faculty and staff, friends and family, including those who are joining us online, and most importantly, graduates. It is my pleasure to welcome you to Northwest College's 2023 Commencement Exercises. Please remain standing as graduate music major Abigail Burgess from Worland, Wyoming, sings our national anthem, accompanied by the Northwest Graduation Brass Ensemble.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rocket's red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave?
Thank you. Please be seated. On behalf of the Northwest College Board of Trustees, I welcome you wholeheartedly to these commencement exercises. I'm Tara Kuipers of Cody, Wyoming, and I am honored to serve as a member of the Northwest College Board of Trustees. I want to introduce my colleagues and fellow board members in the stage party, Mrs. Denise Larson and Mr. Bob Newsome, also of Cody and Powell. The trustees that are unable to attend today's ceremony are Board President Mark Wurzel of Powell, Lawrence Todd of Meeteetse, Trustee Dustin Spomer of Powell, and John Housel of Cody. We are all strong supporters of Northwest College, and we strive to represent the people of Park County well. On behalf of the board, I extend our very best wishes to the graduates and all of their families here today. And I now welcome President Lisa Watson back to the stage.
Thank you, Trustee Kuipers. It is my pleasure to introduce my colleagues, the college vice presidents. Dr. Jerry Gerard, Vice President for Academic Affairs, and Mr. Dee Havig, Vice President for Student Services. I am also pleased to introduce Dr. Patricia Flynn Elliott of Shell, Wyoming, the Wyoming Community College Commissioner for our service area. Patricia is new in this role, and we are excited to welcome her. She and her fellow commissioners coordinate Wyoming's community colleges and advocate on their behalf. At this time, I would also like to recognize the families of Walt Chakowski, Candy Moulton, and Shelby Moore, our three speakers for today. Would each family please stand and be recognized if you are here? Thank you for coming. Before we continue with the ceremony, I would like to take a moment to honor our longtime Northwest College music professor, Michael Masterson, who died in early April after a long illness. Mike coordinated Northwest College's vocal music department for over 33 years, contributing with creativity beyond the traditional classroom. From leading student musicians to performances in China and the Philippines in the early 1980s, to bringing to life the music of the Buffalo Bill Wild West show, a subject of his doctoral dissertation. Masterson's activities were always underpinned by the importance of teaching. Please join me for a moment of silence as we remember Mike Masterson. We dedicate this ceremony in his memory. Graduates, welcome to your day. A day to celebrate you and your accomplishments at Northwest College. Every person in this room and watching online is proud of you today. Today, I want to take a moment to speak of purpose. Purpose is a foundational element in creating or enhancing a life for yourself outside of these walls. Purpose propels, it lifts. Whatever your life goals, the commitment you made to yourself by starting with your first college class was the seed of that purpose within you. Every struggle you faced before this day, every difficult class, every long night, every challenging encounter you served has only shaped your purpose, whatever that may be. Every friendship you've made and every professor who has given of themselves and every connection that you forged during your time here has contributed to this essential element of who you are and who you are to be. Today, though, is but a beginning, and you had the courage. I'm sorry, I have a tickle in my throat. Whoa. I promise it's just water. Rocky Mountain water, in fact. That's better. Today is but the beginning, as I started to say. You had the courage and determination to get this far, so don't stop now. You have had dreams that still need chasing, and of course, a world that we know needs tending. A purpose-driven life awaits each of you, outside, amazingly, of these doors. Have the fearlessness that's within you to continue what you started here, and no matter where life is going to lead you. Your future will not be without struggle and possibly heartache, but it is the hardest of work that shifts the landscapes and creates lasting change in your life and in the world we share. Have confidence in your purpose and go authentically through these doors with determination and heart. Know that you will always have this community here, rooting for you, for your success, and eager to continue to champion you for long past these days. Congratulations, graduates. You have earned it. I am now pleased to introduce the Faculty Organization's 2023 Distinguished Faculty Service Award recipient, Dr. Walt Chakowski III. Associate Professor of Political Science will now speak on behalf of the faculty.
President Watson, Vice Presidents, members of the Board of Trustees, faculty and staff, families and friends, and most importantly, graduates of the class of 2023. It is my honor to be speaking to you as we celebrate this important achievement in your lives. When I was told that I was going to be giving this address, I thought to myself, wow, this is such a great honor and responsibility. I cannot believe they would think of me, of all people, to do this. I really hope I don't mess this up. Listen, you're looking at a guy who on his wedding day, despite his wife-to-be telling him multiple times that her veil was very long and to not step on it, proceeded to step on it anyway, causing her head to be forcefully pulled back to the great amusement of all of her guests in attendance. A fact that her best friend from college reminds me about every time we see him. This is all to say that my mind doesn't always fire on all cylinders when I'm the center of attention in front of a large group of people like I am right now. So let's all hope this goes all right. At least I didn't trip up on the way up here. I tripped up on that. After I got over the initial shock and fear over speaking to all of you today, I spent some time thinking about what I was going to say. And the topic that kept coming to my mind over and over was you graduates and how wonderful you are. So I wanted to take some time at the start to brag about you in front of the special people in your lives that you have in attendance. For those of you who do not know me, I teach government courses at the college, which means whether they liked it or not, I've had a fair number of these folks in my classes at one time or another. In my time with them, I've seen these students balancing work, family life, children, extracurricular activities, participation on teams, service to their communities, and a host of other activities, and still excelling in the classroom. I've seen students sitting here today showing how much they genuinely care about learning by asking insightful questions in class that I never would have dreamed of asking when I was in their shoes. I've seen these students engage in discussions on controversial topics in a respectful manner, even when they vehemently disagree with one another. I've seen them stand firm in their beliefs, even when they knew they would face opposition for doing so. I've seen and heard stories of them standing up for and being there for one another during the most difficult of times. I've seen them facing adversity head-on and overcoming it. I've seen incredible kindness in these students, like when a student graduating today brought home memorabilia from his trip to Turkey for me to share with my son, just because I had told the class in passing that my son loved learning about other countries. These individuals sitting in front of us today are truly exceptional people, and I know that you all are going to go on to do some special things with your lives. But if you're anything like me, you probably had help getting to this point. Speaking for myself, if success in life was purely determined by talent alone, I know that I would not have made it very far. Things didn't always come easy to me. Quite frankly, they still don't. And while I worked hard to attain success, I needed an immense amount of help from others to actually attain it. Fortunately for me, I've been blessed to have a wide array of people in my life who provided me with just the assistance I needed. From family members to friends, to teachers and professors, to bosses and colleagues in my class, to students in my classes, to the best wife and son a guy could ever ask for. I've had so many people making me look better than I had any right to look. These people provided me with support and guidance, taught me important lessons, took chances on me when others wouldn't, inspired me to push myself beyond what I thought was possible, and helped me to see the positive qualities in myself that I could never see. Unfortunately, one of my biggest regrets is that I have not always shown these people how grateful I am for all they've done for me. As I spent more time in my career as a professor, I've seen just how important showing gratitude to others can be. You see, there are many things I love about teaching at a community college like Northwest. I love that I get a chance to know my students, rather than them being hundreds of faces in a crowd. I love the diverse array of people from different backgrounds and stages in their lives that I get a chance to see interact with each other in the classroom. I love that community colleges give people who face significant barriers to gaining a college degree a chance to live out their dreams. My mother was one of those people. My mom's lifelong dream was to become a nurse, but she never had the money or opportunity to go to college until later in life when she had a full-time job and 2 kids to take care of. Without the community college in our hometown, there is no way my mother would have ever had the chance to gain the educational training needed to fulfill that dream. This is probably a story that hits close to home for many of you sitting here today. Community colleges are crucial to our society, and I feel like I am a part of something special being employed by one. However, there is one thing I really dislike about teaching at a community college, and it is this. We only get to spend 2 years with most of you before you move on to the next stage of your lives. Many of you we never see or hear from again, but trust me when I say that we still think about you and wonder how you were doing. We worry about whether we did a good enough job preparing you for the challenges ahead of you. So when someone takes the time to show their appreciation for something we have done for them, it means more than you can possibly imagine. I recall a couple of years ago, I received an email from a student I hadn't seen in a while, telling me that she was still using the advice that my wife and I had taught her in our classes, and how appreciative she was for it. As some will recall, that I had been having a bad week that week, but I don't even remember why. All I remember is her email completely brightened up my week and made me feel better about the job I was doing. Now, I'm not saying all of this to solicit thank you emails from all of you to your professors. Although, hey, if you want to, it certainly is appreciated. You might need a letter of recommendation someday, I'm just saying. I'm saying this because I imagine other people who have helped you in your lives probably would feel the same way I did when I received that email from my former student. So if I have a piece of advice for you on this day, I encourage you to show gratitude to those people that helped you along the way. Whether they be family members, friends, teachers, staff members at the college, coworkers, bosses, and whoever else has helped you get to this point and will continue to help you in the future, tell those people how much their help has meant to you. It'll mean a lot to them, it'll make you feel better for doing it. And while you are showing kindness and gratitude to others, make sure to show it to yourselves as well. My yoga teacher likes to end our classes with words of inspiration from time to time. One time he told us that we should treat ourselves like we want to be treated because a lot of us treat ourselves like garbage. He's a former professional wrestler, so he has a real way with words. But if you look past the tough exterior, there's a lot of wisdom in what Diamond Dallas Page is saying here. While many people helped you along the way, you are ultimately the people that put in the work to bring yourselves the success that you have found in your lives. As you move past this stage, you're going to find yourselves more and more being the person other people rely on for help. A lot of you have probably already found that to be the case. With that, you are going to find yourselves in the position to change people's lives, and that can be a heavy responsibility. You're going to put high expectations on yourselves, like most successful people do. Expectations that you would never expect from others. And I hate to tell you, but sometimes you might fail to meet those expectations. When this happens, we can often be hard on ourselves, and may even cause us to lose faith in our abilities. But take it from someone who has fallen short on many occasions in his life. As long as you learn and grow from those experiences, there's nothing wrong with failing to meet expectations from time to time. During those times, it's important to remember all of the positive qualities in yourselves that brought you success in the first place, and know that you have many people in your corner that believe in you to move forward and come back stronger. So to conclude, since we are in the mood of showing gratitude, I would like to take this time to do so myself. To anyone here today who has helped me, and you all know who you are, thank you. I would not be who I am without your help. To those of you who played a part in helping these graduates to become the people they are today, thank you. I may not know many of you, but I've seen the product of your efforts in these great people sitting before us today. And to the graduating class of 2023, thank you. In your short time at the college, you've made a lasting impact on all of us. You are the reason that we put in the work that we do. And this college would be nothing without students like you being here. I wish you nothing but the best of success in the future, and if you ever need anything, you know where to find us. Thank you.
Thank you, Dr. Jakowski. It gives me great pleasure at this time to present the 2023 Distinguished Alumnus Award. This year's honored alumnus was selected by a committee of current and former faculty, staff, and members of the NWC Alumni Association Board of Directors. Today, we honor Candy Moulton, class of '76, from Encampment, Wyoming, as Northwest College's distinguished alumnus. Throughout her career, Moulton has written 17 Western history books, co-edited a collection of short fiction and 2-volume encyclopedia, written and produced several documentary films. She has won 3 Spur Awards from the Western Writers of America in 2006, 2010, and again in 2023. She began writing for the Saratoga Sun in Saratoga, Wyoming when she was in high school, which led her to study journalism both at Northwest College and the University of Wyoming. While attending college, she edited the Northwest Trail and was the news editor for the UW Branding Iron. She edited the Saratoga Sun for 5 years and served for 17 years as the editor of the Western Writers of America Roundup magazine. Currently, Moulton is the executive director of the Wyoming Cowboy Hall of Fame and executive producer for Boston Productions, Inc. In 2022, she retired from her position as the executive director of Western Writers of America. She still lives near Encampment and is married to Steve Moulton, a 1975 NWCC graduate. They have 2 children and 2 granddaughters. Candy, please come forward to address Northwest College graduates.
Thank you.
It's really a pleasure to be here. Distinguished guests, all of you here, all of the other speakers, the family and friends that are here, and most importantly, the class of 2023. As Henry Standing Bear from Longmire would say, it's a beautiful day at the Red Pony. I would add it is a great day for you at Northwest College. I have a little saying that has been a guiding principle of my life. Luck is when opportunity meets preparation. I've been extremely lucky in my career, but only because I was prepared to bust through doors when I saw even the slightest opening. An example of luck on the career front came in 1999 when I had a call from a man in Boston wanting me to work as a researcher on a film project. I knew absolutely nothing about film production, but I did know the subject, America's Overland Trails. I'd been very fortunate to travel all of them by wagon train and to write both historic and contemporary stories related to them. This gave me the grounding I needed to take advantage of the opportunity that led me to a very successful career in film production. You will find that life is made of random opportunities. Prepare yourself to take advantage of them. Also, recognize that karma is a real thing. Some things just seem to happen. My experience at Northwest College set me up for opportunities and therefore success in many ways. I did my first in-depth historical research here at Northwest for a Wyoming history class. The techniques that Professor John Hinckley taught about documentation of historical research have served me well for decades. I was on my own for the first time in my life, but I quickly figured out that if I went over to my Aunt Margaret Claybaugh's house on Sunday afternoon, she'd have a plate on the dinner table for me. Always find a place that is like home. I had no car, but I had a friend, Gary Small, who was kind enough to let me borrow his whenever I needed to go across town to deal with polecat printing and issues related to the production of the Northwest Trail, which I edited for both of my years here. I owe him and my husband, Steve, for the fact that I'm even standing here today. Thank you, guys. After leaving Northwest, I completed my journalism degree at the University of Wyoming. Then I went home to Encampment, where I carved out a life as a writer, working at as a newspaper and magazine editor, writing books, and now producing films. There was and is no job description for what I've done. I literally found opportunities and made a career doing what I love, telling the real stories of the American West. Here are a few things I've learned along the way. Have a dream and go for it, but be a doer. Be willing to put in the time, effort, and work to make things happen. Build a network. Meet people, but don't burn bridges. You never know when that one person you'd rather not deal with might be the one person that you can have help from in the future. Don't quit until the job is done, no matter how distasteful. I learned that lesson when I was 10 years old cleaning the chicken house at my family's ranch. Ride the horse like you stole it. My best friend taught me this skill. This is a really important one. Work hard, go fast, and good things will happen, or at least you'll be able to outrun the bad ones. Volunteer. Without doubt, my career in film happened because I was a willing volunteer for Western Writers of America. And I worked hard at that volunteer job to the point that I met someone who recommended me. Had I not done the volunteer work, I seriously doubt that I would have written and produced any films. And I also likely would not have written at least half of my books. Volunteering is also a way to give back to your community. Believe in the KISS method. Keep it simple. Or in today's case, keep it short. So, build a network, create your own luck and opportunity, find a job, then show up for work every single day, and do more than either you or your boss expect. Realize that you have to pay your wallet. You have to cover your bills, of course. But most importantly, you have to pay your heart and you have to pay your soul. Then remember what Stephen Colbert said. Life is an improvisation. You have absolutely no idea what is going to happen next, and you are most likely just making things up as you go along. So get out there and improvise.
Those were truly some good words to live by. I like the part about riding that horse like you stole it. There is a lot to be said about opportunity when you are prepared, and I can say that for myself. Thank you, Candy. I appreciate those words. I'm now pleased to introduce Shelby Moore, a graduate, Bachelor of Applied Science student and a Powell native. Shelby will speak on behalf of the students.
I feel I would be remiss if I didn't start my speech by recognizing my fellow graduates. I especially want to recognize my fellow BAS cohort as the first to graduate from the new Northwest College Bachelor's Degree program. You should all be so incredibly proud of yourselves for the accomplishments that you are celebrating today. I also want to thank the professors and staff of NWC for supporting and encouraging us in our efforts to get here. I first graduated NWC in 2012. At that point, I knew I was taking a break from my education to get married to the man that I had met while attending and start a family together. I thought that this would be my story at NWC would end. I had achieved my associate's degree in communications and didn't see how NWC would be a part of my future. The biggest thing that I learned over the next 10 years was that life doesn't go in a straight line. Change happens, and you have to choose if you're going to follow it or fight it. All of us here have gone through life-changing events in the last several years. We are all familiar with the headlines and how COVID, politics, and world events have changed our society and how we view it. Most of us either attended school online when everything shut down, or in the case of parents like myself, learned how to help our children through online school. Everything felt like it was turned upside down and inside out. Those changes gave us all the choice to give up or to fight through the challenge. Looking at all of you out there in your graduation regalia, it is clear that you are the kind of people who chose to fight. Those changes were scary and hard, but none of us let that keep us from achieving our goals. As we go out into the world, I guarantee that life will not go exactly according to your plans. I graduated in 2012 with a degree in communications and plan to find a job in public relations. Now I am graduating with the first BAS cohort at NWC with a degree in professional studies. I had planned to use that degree for a career in human resources. But while I attended this program, I started substitute teaching and fell in love with working with the students and in the school environment. Now I am going on to a master's degree in July to become a special education teacher. I don't regret a single one of those choices. They all brought me to where I am right now. I know that many of you think that you know exactly what you're going to do after you graduate. And if you're right, then I'm a little jealous. It took me a lot longer to figure it out. But some of you will find life pulling you in a different direction, just like I did. Remember to give yourself grace and know that life very rarely goes in a straight line. I do know, though, that the education that you have received here and the connections and friendships that you have made will support you wherever life takes you. Now it is time for us to not just have change passively happen to us, but to actively work to affect positive change in this world. We can take the reins and decide how we will enact changes. Pick something that you are passionate about and work to make it better. You can be the person that makes sure that the changes that happen to others are positive ones. We don't have to be stuck in a world of negative changes just happening to us. We can use our education and our skills to be better and do better. Change is an opportunity, a chance to adapt and overcome a challenge. Sometimes without change, we get stuck in who we think we should be and what we think we should do, and miss out on what we truly want and who we are meant to be. Some of us thrive on change, and others, like me, struggle with the idea that things aren't going to go according to the carefully prepared plans in our heads. But as the author and professor Brené Brown has said, let go of who you think you're supposed to be. Embrace who you are. We all have grand ideas in our minds of who we should be and the directions that our lives will go in. Those ideas don't keep change from happening in our lives. Embracing change doesn't stop it from coming. So it's important to see it for the opportunity that it is. When I last crossed this stage, I had no idea where my life was heading. I knew that NWC had helped me find my husband and given me a great education and memories. I didn't know that I would go on to have 2 incredible daughters, and that NWC would also pave the way to completing my bachelor's degree and give me the experience with online education that I needed to feel confident with my plan to go on to a master's degree. You might know exactly where your life is heading, or you might not. The most important thing is that you see change coming and decide to meet it instead of running from it. We are a class that has been through so much during our education, and I can't wait to see what we accomplish because of the resilience that it gave us.
Thank you, Shelby. This year, we recognize 2 students who earned all of Wyoming Academic Team Awards from the Phi Theta Kappa Honor Society, the International Honor Society for 2-year colleges. Graduating sophomores Ashton Munoz and Caitlin Lowry, please join me on the platform to accept your awards. Ashton is receiving her associate's degree today in nursing and is from St. George, Utah. Caitlin is a graduating sophomore who majors in photographic communications and is from Ten Sleep, Wyoming. Ashton and Caitlin, on behalf of the Board of Trustees of the Northwest College community, congratulations on receiving these very impressive statewide awards.
My congratulations to Candy Moulton on her Distinguished Alumnus Award. I thank Walt Jakowski for his early remarks on behalf of the faculty as the 2023 Distinguished Faculty Service Award recipient and for serving as Chief Marshal for today's ceremony. A special thank you to our student speaker, Shelby Moore. My thanks to the Northwest Graduation Brass Ensemble for music this morning and to student vocalist Abigail Burgess for performing our national anthem. Graduates, please rise and remain standing until after President Watson confirms your degrees. President Watson and trustees, students assembled here today are candidates for degrees of Associate of Arts, Associate of Science, Associate of Applied Science, and for the first time ever, Bachelor of Applied Science. We are very proud of all of you. On behalf of the faculty, I am pleased to recommend these students for their respective degrees and certificates. I present to you the class of 2023.
Graduates, upon certification by the faculty and by the power vested in me by the Northwest College Board of Trustees, I take great pride in conferring upon you the Associate of Arts degree, the Associate of Science degree, the Associate of Applied Science degree, certificates, and the Bachelor of Applied Science degree. You may now move your tassels to the left. Do you feel lighter? Whew, that weight just came right out, didn't it? Graduates of 2023, welcome to a distinguished group, the alumni of Northwest College. Congratulations. You may be seated. Vice Presidents Gerard and Havoc will now read the names of graduates as they come to the platform. Graduates will be greeted as they walk on the platform by Bob Becker, the chairperson of Agriculture, Business, Communications, and Equine, and then assisted off the platform by Michael Cuddy, who is the chairperson of our STEM division. Members of the Board of Trustees will present graduates with their diplomas. Will the first row of graduates please come forward and approach the platform?
Haley Elliott. Kaylin Crichton. Here. Perry Allison. Shane McTaggart. Ashley Wilson. Russell Bucher. George Higgins. Michael Rainey. Jacqueline Lindsay. Cheyenne Gott. Roger DeRocher. Paige Opp. Robin Opp. Katie Miller. Angel Grisham. Ashton Munoz. Olinda Everett. Abigail Burgess. Adam Osa, honors. Adrian Sinesio. Andrew Beavers, honors. Tiffany McWilliams. Dayton Guri. Hubbard Coe, honors. Philip Trumbull. Samuel Kuntz, honors, Phi Theta Kappa. Theodore Smith, honors. Michaela Bell. Jolene Smith. Brooke Palmer. Rayleigh Salinas. Sydney Stamba, honors. Shumway. Grace Shumway, honors, Phi Theta Kappa. Zobel. Jordan Zobel, honors, Phi Theta Kappa. Trey Wambeck. Taylor Winland, honors. Cash Duncan, honors. Hayden Duncan. Dakota Perry, Phi Theta Kappa. Wade Owen, honors. Alexis Palmer. Kylie Dellinger. Kylan Stevens, honors. Shayla Cheatham, honors. Amy Klukas Ellsbury. Jaren Meganjova, honors, Phi Theta Kappa.
Ariana Polonio Polanco, honors. Sydney Altoff. Hope Bussing. Cole Hinchcliffe. Skylar Clough. Landon Carpenter. Ray Fugino, honors, Phi Theta Kappa. Carissa Fostervold, Phi Theta Kappa, honors. Addison Wardell. Wyatt Childress. Elizabeth Liggett, honors. Congrats. Elizabeth Liggett, honors. Trace Moss, honors. Caitlin Moss. Kyle Robertus, honors. Elena Harris. Michelle Falkenstein, honors. Sage Zook, honors. Coulter McWilliams, honors. Richard Stringary Plymel, honors. David Ayala Cordova, honors. Juan Pablo Camargo Telez, honors. Oh, thanks for an easy one. Magnus Hiltz. Ryan Sweet, honors. Aspen Newland. Sierra Ars. Cameron Stitt. Amory Willoughby. Honors. Amory Willoughby. Honors. Oh boy. Quetzali Peñalosa Orozco. Honors. Ethan Nixon. Honors. Joseph Atkins. Hannah Neild. Caitlin Lowry. Honors Phi Theta Kappa. Elizabeth Bleicher. Honors. Jeremy Estes. Caitlin Dwyer. Aisha Carson. L. Brown. Haley Moore. Haruna Nebu. Honors. Melissa Denovan. Honors Phi Theta Kappa. Annie Custard. Honors Phi Theta Kappa. Samantha Meserve. Naeli Acosta. Honors. Hi, Darla. Congratulations. Darla Hernandez. Honors. Jacob Kramer. Lane Gill. Honors. Daniel Vanek. Honors. J.C. Robertson. Honors Phi Theta Kappa. Tala Jareski. Honors Phi Theta Kappa. Ashley Howe. Honors. Oh, Zoe, thanks for an easy one. Zoe Bonner. Timberland Crippen. Congratulations. Braden Lowry. Boberjan Berdiorov. Oh, thanks, Riker. This is an easy one. Riker Blackburn. August Harrison. Heather Hoffman. Amanda Blankenbecker. Gabriel Lundberg. Sydney Julander.
To introduce our first ever, graduating class of Bachelor of Applied Science candidates. Graduates, you've made it. You've challenged yourself to step outside of familiar territory. You answered the call you made to yourself about bettering your life, circumstances through education and hard work. Bravo. Over the past 2 years, you have gave up time with friends and family to reach this stage that you will stand upon today. Together, you forged a community that came through fire together. You made history with us at Northwest College. Today, we celebrate your hard work and sacrifice. May the determination and fortitude that brought you this far continue with you long after you walk across our stage. We are all very proud of you and all that you have accomplished together. Would the graduates please stand for candidates for the Bachelor of Applied Science and approach the stage.
Autumn Wesolowski. Jessica Bus with honors. Karen G. Honors. Charity Henning, honors, Phi Theta Kappa. Brenna Robertson. Matthew Johnson. Dawson Swanshera, honors, Phi Theta Kappa. Donald Smith. Nice speech. Thank you. Congratulations. Shelby Moore. Ronnie Wolf, honors, Phi Theta Kappa. Congratulations, staff.
Class of 2023.
Congratulations, graduates.
Graduates, on behalf of the Northwest College Board of Trustees, please accept our most sincere congratulations on receiving your degrees and your certificates. In addition to the help and support you've received from our excellent faculty and staff, we know that none of you came to this moment without the help and support of your family, your friends, your classmates, and the other loved ones that are here today. To all who have helped and supported the graduates, we offer a heartfelt thank you. We hope each of you join us on the lawn for an opportunity to say congratulations and take photos with the friends and loved ones who are here today. Thank you all for joining us in this special occasion, and please remain standing during the recessional, and graduates, you'll follow the platform party off of the stage.
Thank you.